Hi, it's Mel from Minerva here, and I'm going to be sharing with you today an amazing fabric showcase video. We're going to be looking at lots and lots of beautiful Liberty of London fabrics. So I've got about 30-ish fabrics to share with you, and it's a combination of Tana lawn, we've got some linens, and we've got some beautiful silks. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you the details up close, and I'll do it in sections. So we'll start with the Tana lawns, then we'll look at the linens and then the silks. I'll show you the details up close on each of the fabrics, and I'll drape it on the dress form so you can kind of see how the print is on a body size form. I'll give some kind of suggested patterns along the way as well, patterns which will work well with each of the different types of fabrics. And you'll also find all of the fabrics tagged below as well. So let's get started. So we're going to start with the Tana lawn. Now, what I wanted to kind of just explain first of all is why I love Tana lawn and why it's a great fabric to work with. Here's one example of a beautiful print that we'll look at in a second. But what I really like about Tana lawn is it's super smooth and quite buttery. You know, it does have a kind of silk feel to it, but it's easy to work with, like a cotton. So it is a cotton, but really kind of tightly woven, so you get this real smooth, buttery feel to it. It's light enough to kind of do French seams and things like that. It presses really well, and I've worked with Liberty of London fabrics more than any, and I'm still wearing now my dresses that I made 5 years ago, which have been washed mountains of times, and they're still as vibrant and as luxurious as they were on the day that I made them. So that's what I really love about Tana lawn. So I've got a real large variety of fabrics to show you here in the Tana lawn range. Mostly florals, a couple of differences in between, but that's what they're really well known for, is the beautiful florals. So this is the first one. This has got kind of quite a larger size floral print, loads of amazing colours in this. I'll bring it in close in a second. So you could really kind of match it with lots of different garments and wear it in all different seasons, depending on what colours you were matching it with. And it looks like a painting, it's beautiful. So let me just show you the details up close. So you can see lovely blooms, lovely colours, really amazing detail. And if you look at the drape of it, you can really see how smooth and soft it is. Okay, so I'm just going to pop this one onto the dress form so you can see what it looks like on that kind of body size. There you go, so just to give you an idea. Okay, so here's fabric 2. This one is a much smaller ditzy floral print, which makes this one really easy, and you'd need less fabric because you don't need to worry about kind of a directional print. You don't need to worry about pattern matching or anything like that. So this one is really good to use for that. Quite spring and summery colours in this one, with kind of pinks and blues and lilacs, bits of orange. So let me show you this one up close. Let's just pop this one on the dress form for you. Now, Liberty are known best for their beautiful prints. However, they do also do lovely solid colours as well. I have only got one example of a solid colour in the Tana lawn, and this is this really bright, like fuchsia pink. So they're great if you want to, you know, make a garment that's just in a solid colour, maybe a nice blouse or a nice dress. But what they're also great for is to mix and match with the prints. So for example, if you can see with this one, the solid pink really complements the pink flowers. So it really pulls out that pattern when you put them together. So yeah, really good if you were maybe doing a blouse that's got nice ruffle detail or something like that, and you wanted to kind of do some contrast, and then they would work really, really well together. Okay, so the next one. This one's another kind of larger print floral, this really nice kind of teal background, and nice muted colour flowers. So this one is a larger print, so you would need to kind of be mindful of pattern matching maybe and things like that, depending on what you were making. But really beautiful colours. So let's look at this one up close. Again, they're like little works of art, they're beautiful. Okay, so on to the next. Another really pretty floral fabric. Amazing reds, oranges, yellows and blues in this one. Really sweet detail on the flowers, let's show you. So this next one's super bright and vibrant. Another larger print, larger scale print. Really good for any season with the colours that are in there. You've got the kind of dark navy blue background, but then with the super bright flowers. got a few more Tana lawns to share with you, but before we look at the next one, let's break it up a bit and have a look at a few suggested patterns. Okay, before we take a look at a couple of pattern suggestions for Liberty Tana lawn, I just want to show you a really cool feature that you can use on the Minerva website. You would need to have an account, so highly recommend setting up a free account here on Minerva. That then means you can save things, which I'm going to show you in a second, but you can follow other people, you can comment, you can share your own makes if you're looking to share them as well. So it's really useful to have an account set up. But a feature that I use a lot, as I say, is to save things. So it could be a pattern that you've seen, it may be a fabric that you like, or somebody else's post. So let's have a little look. Let's say this one here, so this Simplicity sewing pattern, I really like the look of that, and I know I'm going to want to come back to it later. So what I do is I hit that save button. It then gives me an option to create a new collection or save it to a collection that I've already created. So I've already got one for patterns, so I'm going to click patterns, and it's as simple as that. That will save. So then to go back to see your saves at a later date, if you just click on your profile name and then click on saved, you'll then see all the items that you've saved, or you can click on your specific collection. So if I click on patterns, you can see there's the pattern that I've just saved. Okay, so let's have a look at some suggestions for Tana lawn then. So the first one I'm going to look at is the Closet Core Patterns Cali shirt. Now I've seen lots of versions of this made up in Tana lawn, and it works really, really well because cotton is great for shirts and blouses. You can get those really nice crisp collars. But with a lawn, it's lighter weight, so it's more fluid, it's softer, and it's super comfortable. You've got a shirt version, or you've got a shirt dress version. And if you kind of skim down, you can see different posts that people have saved where they've tagged the Cali shirt. So you can kind of have a look through and see if there's any made up in the type of fabric that you're looking for. So for example, this beautiful version here is made up in a cotton lawn fabric. So it kind of gives you an idea of the drape and how it looks made up in that style. The second pattern that I'd like to suggest is the Deer and Doe Mayo Sotish dress. Now this one would work really well in cotton lawn because it's got lots of gathers, and lawn is great for gathering because you can get them nice and tight, you can press them and they set really well, but it doesn't add too much bulk like it would if you were gathering a heavier cotton. Let's have a look at one more. So got to show you this really cute little girl's dress. So this is a Liberty Fabrics pattern, so you know it's going to work really well with the Liberty fabrics, and this is just super cute. You've got again the gathered detail, which is works really well with the lawn. You've got those really sweet flutter sleeves. And as I said at the beginning, cotton lawn washes really well, it stays vibrant, it's quite a strong fabric, so that would be ideal for a little girl's dress as well. So that's the first 3 pattern suggestions. Okay, let's take a look at a few more fabrics then. If you love mustard, you're going to love this next one. This one is a mustard background with white flowers outlined in very fine black. I'll bring it in again in a second to show you. So this one really would work in any season because of the type of colour it is, but it'd be especially lovely in kind of your autumn months. So let's show you this one up close. So you can see very, very delicate flowers outlined in black. Okay, looking at the next one, this is one of my all-time favourite Liberty prints. This is the Wiltshire Berry in really pretty pink colours. It really matches my blazer actually. So this one again, smaller print, making it really easy. You don't need to worry about pattern matching or anything like that, and it'll work with a variety of different garments. So let's look at this one. Really pretty colours and berry detail, and the green leaves. Okay, next up is a super vibrant, large print fabric. Really bright. Very much a statement one, this. So you've got the black background with really bright flowers and leaves running all the way through it. Make a wonderful kind of maxi dress or something like that with this one. Next up is one of the classics. I think this is called the Strawberry Thief. So mainly blues in this one with little bits of reds and white, picking out the detail. But this one is really detailed, so I'll again show you up close so you can see that. But it's absolutely beautiful and a real classic fabric. So there you've got the little strawberries and the little birds. And flower detail. So before I pop this one on the dress form, so just to kind of point out that this does have a directional print, so you wouldn't be wanting to use this for example, something cut on the bias, because then you're going to have the print running in the wrong direction. So you do have that kind of horizontal running pattern all the way through. So let's pop this one on the dress form. This next one is the last of the floral Tana lawns. I do have one last Tana lawn after this one to share with you, but this is the last of the floral. Okay, so the last of the Tana lawn now. A little bit different this one, it's not flowers. It's super cute animals. So this one really would make an adorable blouse or dress as an adult, but you see this one used quite a bit as well in children's clothing, little girl's dress, little boy's shirt. So let's show you this one. So you've got adorable giraffes, flamingos, elephants, pink elephants, parrots, there's all sorts on there. Okay, so before we move on to the linens, let's just have a look at another couple of patterns which I think would work really well with those different Tana lawn fabrics. So the first one I'm going to look at is this lovely Vogue dress or jumpsuit. It's a very easy Vogue pattern, so it'll be quite straightforward to make, and it's got princess seams, which is always really flattering. It's got pockets, and you can either make a dress version or wide leg jumpsuit version. Another one is some tailored pajamas. So yeah, these would be absolutely wonderful in cotton lawn. You can make longer versions, long sleeve top and full length trousers. Or for the spring and summer months, you can make short sleeved with shorts. They would be absolutely beautiful in cotton lawn, and you could add the piping detail as well to really show off the details. And again, if we look through, we've got some beautiful versions that have been made up by fellow Minerva makers. Okay, hope that's given you some really good inspiration for Tana lawn. Now let's have a look at a few of the linen fabrics. So the Liberty linen fabrics are 55% linen and 45% cottons. They feel a bit softer and a little bit more fluid. And let me scrunch it up so you can see if this was a normal linen, it will be full of creases, but that doesn't crease up anywhere near as much. This one's really pretty. Flowers, blues, mustards and reds are the primary colours in here, so let's take a look. The next linen is a smaller flower print. Again, makes it super easy to work with any garment. Really pretty pinks, purples, oranges, cyan. Next up in the linens is another classic style, this time paisley. Blue being the primary colour in this one, but you've got some nice kind of mustard yellowy type colours, some reds, picking out the detail in there as well. Okay, the last of the linens. Beautiful, vibrant and bright pink flowers on this one, pink being the primary colour, but you've also got some red, some purples, bits of blue and yellow, and of course your green leaves. Really pretty. So the Liberty linen fabrics are really, really versatile, the same as the Tana lawns are. They're a little bit heavier than Tana lawn, so you know there's different types of garments that you can make with it. Let's have a look at some pattern ideas. First one I want to look at is the So Liberated estuary skirt. So this is a really lovely skirt with button detail, large pockets, and it does have kind of a flat waistband at the front, but it's elasticated at the back, so it's super comfortable to wear. And this works really well with linen fabric. Next up is the named clothing Rita dress. So this is a lovely classic style dress, again buttons through the front, got a lovely collar detail which will work really well with the linen, but I think it'll work especially well with the Liberty linen because of that cotton blend and the fact that it's a little bit lighter and a little bit more flowy. And then we've got the Deer and Doe, not sure if I'm going to say this right, passifleur dress, which again could be a great option with linen, and you can make a dress, you can make it long, you can make it shorter, you can also make a jacket as well with this pattern. Okay, so there's 3 pattern ideas for the linen. Okay, so moving on to the pure luxury then, the silk. So I've got a combination of some satins, some chiffons, some crepes, so a good variety, but they are all 100% silk, and Liberty silk, it's just pure luxury. So this first piece that I've got here is a satin, so it's so smooth, beautiful drape as you can see there, and this one has got a nice ditzy pattern which I'll show you in a second. The colours, so it's on a brown background, and then you've got the beautiful muted pink, a brighter pink, some yellows, some teals. It's absolutely stunning. So soft and buttery. The next one is more of a silk crepe, and this so it's not like satiny on the outside. Still totally beautiful drape, and this one's got peacock feathers on. So lovely kind of turquoise tealy type colours. So you've got the kind of navy background and then those gorgeous turquoises and teals and muted greys. So the next silk is similar in colourway to the peacock feather. So kind of a dark background with that lovely teal overlay. Beautifully soft and drapey. I just love the way that silk moves when you're wearing it. Next up is another beautiful satin, quite a classic silk print. So this is red roses, but what makes it a little bit different is it's on a pink, really pale pink background rather than kind of your normal white background. Larger size flowers. Do have plenty more silk fabrics to share with you, but let's take a little break away from fabric and let's have a look at a couple of pattern suggestions for silk. Okay, some patterns for silk then. The first one I want to share is the McCall's 7745. Now this is a really stunning dress. I'll just kind of show you the detail, and it will just be absolutely amazing in any of the flowy silks because you've got the kind of gorgeous flowy skirt. You've got the ruffles options around the neckline. You've got kind of skinny straps, and then you've got options to have ruffles off the shoulder. It's just perfect for beautiful silk fabrics. And again, looking on the Minerva makers tagged post, you can see that this is a beautiful version that somebody has made up in a Liberty silk chiffon. It's been lined with a satin, so it just kind of gives you an idea of what that dress looks like. It's absolutely stunning in a silk. Okay, third option is a kind of shorter, strappy cami type dress, or you can just make it as a camisole. And this is the Deer and Doe Pensy dress. You can see it's got wrap detail, which is really lovely. But you can see there what it would look like as a dress, so that would be really pretty in the silk fabrics. Okay, let's look at more silks. This next one is a lovely, luxurious, lightweight chiffon. So of course, as you can see me through it. It's sheer, it's a chiffon in lovely muted blues and yellows. I wish you could feel this. This feels so beautiful. Okay, another chiffon now, and this is in the beautifully delicate meadow design. So like a cream background with beautiful pale flowers, but meadow flowers. Again, it's just stunning. Time for a bit more satin. This one's just really retro. Love, love, love the colours in this and that pattern. So beautifully buttery satin. Imagine that in a lovely long gown. So a much larger, bolder print on this one. So you really could make many things with this. Another beautiful satin to share with you. Again, quite a classic design. A navy background with pinks, blues and greens. Wouldn't that make beautiful silk pyjamas? Okay, I think this is the last of the patterned satin. I just want them all. So this is again on a dark background, but this has got really pretty orange colours, pinks, teals, a lovely sheen and drape. Another couple of chiffons to share with you next. This one's poppies. Beautifully sheer. Another beautiful chiffon. This time really pale pink background with muted pinks, yellows, greens, blues in the flowers and leaves. Okay, the last patterned piece of silk, really vibrant one this, lots of beautiful flowers, not in any kind of real direction, so that you could make a lovely bias cut slip dress or something like that with this. Okay, so the last two pieces of silk that I want to share are some solid colours. These are lovely dual colours, so we've got a emerald green, and the lovely satin finish, and then there's the beautiful purple colour as well. So again, they could be used for garments if you wanted a garment that is a solid colour, but you can also, as we said with the Liberty, with the Tana, you can mix and match as well. So for example, if we take a look at this beautiful retro satin, and put it next to the green, they just really complement each other and would just look absolutely beautiful together. So let's finish with a couple of more pattern suggestions for silk. Okay, so the next pattern suggestion is the by hand London Anna dress. Now this one is, well, you can have it as a maxi dress or it can be shorter, and it's got beautiful slit detail, and it's quite a simple design. It's categorized in the kind of easy category to make, but it works really well with silky type fabrics. Next up is another Liberty Fabrics pattern, and I've got to show you this one because this is made up in one of the fabrics that I've shared with you, the retro fabric. So you can see on this one, works absolutely beautifully with that satin. It's a full length maxi skirt with beautiful sleeve detail, a real deep plunging neckline, and it just looks absolutely gorgeous in that retro fabric. And then finally is the Vogue Patterns V8772, which is a lovely pussy bow blouse pattern. So you can see from that picture there, that would work really well with the chiffon type fabrics, or any of the silks really would work absolutely beautifully with that bow detail. Some more close-up photo there. And here's an example from the Minerva makers with that kind of sheer type fabric. So that one was a silk crepe. So it just gives you an idea what it's like made up. So there's a few more silk pattern ideas. Okay, so that was the bumper Liberty of London edition. I do hope that you enjoyed seeing those beautiful fabrics as much as I loved feeling them and being able to share them with you. As I said at the beginning, you will find all the fabrics tagged below, and they would have kind of popped up in the video throughout as well. And remember to, when you look at the fabrics, see if there's any posts which are tagged on there as well, because if your fellow makers have made anything with any of those beautiful fabrics, they will have tagged photos and things, so you can see them sewn up in a variety of different garments, which is super useful when you're looking to find either a pattern suggestion to make with the fabric, or if you want to see what types of garments work well with those fabrics, it's really useful to check out those tags. Now, if you've got any questions about any of the fabrics, then do leave them below in the comments, and I'll be looking out, and either myself or somebody else from the Minerva team will get back to you very soon with a response to your question. And have a wonderful week sewing whatever it is that you're sewing at the moment. I'll see you all very soon. Bye.